we citing in contempt of the committee?
The one who is lying here.
Mr. Diskaya.
Yes.
So please explain.
Your Honor, humihingi po ako ng pasensya po sa inyo. Wala po akong intention talagang nagsinungaling, pero yung misis ko po kasi talaga ay madalas po siya, masakit po talaga siyang diabetes at saka meron po talaga siyang hypertension. At katunayan nga po, marami po siyang mga maintenance po na gamot na ginagamit. Opo.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Hello.
Yes, Senator.
Ito. 10 minutes lang. Hello, mga kaibigan. Pagsasabi natin yung introduction lamang ng Blue Ribbon Committee ay ating ilalabas. Na for the first time ay pinangunuhan ni Senator Ping Lacson. At si Senator Marcolita ay isa na lamang isang magsasalita, Mr. Chair. Hindi isa ngayon si Mr. Chair. So, ang umpisa po ay David Barods, good morning. So, ito po, pakinggan natin ang tinatawag na Senate Blue Ribbon Hearing. Sa umpisa, mamaya babalik ako mga 10 minutes na natin. Parang sisilipin lang natin. Yan, ito na no. Ang pinag-usapan dito ay si Yusek Cabral ay hindi maka-attend. Si Yusek ng DPWH kasi pinaresign na ni Vince Dizon. Bakit niya pinaresign?
Dr. Marcoleta. Thank you, Mr. Chair. In the agenda, I can see that Yusek Maria Catalina Cabral was invited, but I don't see her in this room, Mr. Chair. Why?
May we hear from Secretary Vince Dizon?
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, good morning po sa members ng Blue Ribbon Committee, honorable members of the committee. I think for former Undersecretary Cabral, I just want to inform the body that I officially accepted the courtesy resignation of Undersecretary Cabral 2 nights ago. And I believe, Mr. Chairman, that I think she wrote a letter. No, she informed me by message late last night that she had written the committee to inform her of that, to inform the committee of her of the acceptance of her courtesy resignation, and thus I think requested not to attend. But of course, even if she is now just a private citizen and no longer part of the DPWH, I'm sure if the committee will require her to attend, she still must attend. But now no longer as a official of the DPWH, but as a private citizen.
Thank you, Secretary Dizon, for the information.
Mr. Chair, I don't think her resignation will shield her from
Tama!
her responsibility. There are personal questions that we need to ask her. More particularly, Mr. Chair, your own expose, I still recall in your last privilege speech, her text message to Senator Soto is very damning. I mean, it is something that we need to properly process. It is something that is probably within the heart of the system of DPWH. So kahit na mag-resign po siya, it will not matter to us. There are personal questions that we need to ask.
Yes.
Salamat po.
And
Yes.
the chair agrees. So if there is any motion to issue a subpoena and or subpoena duces tecum,
I so move.
we'll
Mr.
put
Chair.
it into a vote.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move that former Yusek Cabral be still invited to appear before this committee
Invited or issue a subpoena.
or issue a subpoena. Better, Mr. Chair.
Any objection?
I second the motion.
Properly seconded. So ordered.
Mr. Chairman, if I may po, just to
Yes, please, Secretary.
consistent with this po, we have also made public that
Tika ba na, may tinatago ba kayo, Vince Dizon? Bakit nyo hindi pinapalitaw sinadya nyo na mag-hearing na sa Blue Ribbon, saka nyo sinabi na, tinatanggap na ang pag-alis mo, pag-resign mo. Sigurado ako na napakarami po ng alam Alam niya kung sino mga politiko, lahat ng politiko na lumapit para ipasok ang budget nila. Siya ang ang tao na pinakamaraming alam kung sino-sino mga politiko ang humihingi ng project direkta dyan sa DPWH bago ilalagay sa tinatawag na National Expenditure Program at para kunwari, hindi halata na sila ang nag-insert. Kalokohan.
While former Undersecretary Cabral is no longer with the DPWH, we have been very clear in the new leadership of the DPWH that this does not in any way stop us from continuing our internal investigations on finding out who should be liable for the clear crimes that have been committed against our people. So we will continue that investigation regardless of whether she or any others will no longer be part of the DPWH. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Some administrative announcements. Secretary Dizon and the AMLC representatives present here asked the chair to be excused by noon time. So if there are questions that will be addressed to them, kindly ask the questions before 12 noon. Thank you very much. So Senator Pangilinan is recognized.
Mr. President, I just conferred with the Vice Chairman. We are exchanging slots. He will go first and then I will follow.
Ano ba yan? Bakit nawala ito yung...
Chairman of the committee is recognized.
Ayan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As Vice Chairman of this committee, let me state at the outset, this investigation would not have been necessary had the concerned agencies simply did their job. The truth is they did not. What we see is negligence, if not outright complicity that allowed this flood control anomaly to thrive.
I'm sorry, hindi negligence yan, Erwin. Ang negligence kasi po, aksidente na nagkamali. Pero ito, sinadya po yan.
Nobody lifted a finger. Nobody fulfilled their mandate. Nobody cared. As if corruption has already become
May problema din kayo sa Senado. Bakit niya pinalusot ang budget na pasingit? So sino ngayon sa PPA ko natin? Bakit ni-ratify? Sa bagay, wala. Hindi ka pa noon senador. Bakit na pinalusot? Bakit ni-ratify ninyo?
the norm in this country. Or is it not? Is it? Is corruption normal in this country?
Hindi lang
This is
normal.
what this hearing is all
Hindi lang normal, extra normal talaga kasi sinasadya.
about, to come up with a law so this will never ever happen again. Let me
Walang mangyari po sa law. Hindi naman pinapatupad ng law eh. You should have known that.
start with the GPBB. Are you here? The Government Procurement Policy Board? Can you come forward, please? I have some questions for you.
Yes, please kindly come forward and take your seat.
Tama, paranormal. Tama yun ang sinabi mo. One Republic notion. Remnant, disciple. Tama yung term mo. Paranormal.
Na-administer na sila.
Oh, ang tagal niyo magsalita. Oh, wala pa rin.
Oo, kaya.
Bakit naman? Si Cabral, alam ko tinatago na lang yun eh. Kasi siya ang nakalab kung ilan.
And also, do we have
Ang
the
proyekto ni
representative
Tamba.
from the Bureau of Internal Revenue here? Committee Secretary,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
thank you.
No, Mr. Chair. What happened?
Kindly stand and raise your right hand.
Oh,
I already have. Okay, thank you.
yan.
Right, thank you.
Please proceed.
Can you identify yourself, please? Resource person.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, honorable members of the committee.
Sino ito?
I'm Maria Ginesha Rivera Guillermo. I'm actually the officer in charge of the Government Procurement Technical Support Office. I'm as well as an appointed Deputy Director General, Your Honor.
All right. Based on the data, Mr. Chair, from the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, among the top 15 contractors that have been named by the President, the following had a poor unsatisfactory contractors performance evaluation. Tama po ba? Nagbigay po kayo ng ilan Tama po ba itong report ng PCIJ, itong SunWest, Legacy, EGB, Equiparco, MG Samidan, LRTK Builders ay ilan lamang at Hi-Tone at Real Road Edge ay ilan lamang sa mga kontratista na may poor or unsatisfactory contractors performance? Mr. Chair?
Oh, bakit hindi nyo alam?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, the CPES report or the Contractor's Performance Evaluation System report bears those po as the unsatisfactory po na rating nila sa CPES. Just to clarify, if I may, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, the CPES is posted po sa GPPB website. However, this is being provided po by the CIAP po. And it's part of our mandate to be providing this po as part of our transparency measure with respect to government procurement.
So totoo po ito, yung report na ito pong 8 contractor na ito out of the 15 that were named, meron po silang poor unsatisfactory performance. Tama po.
If we
Ma'am,
Mr.
just
Chair,
say kung tama or hindi po tama.
it bears, yes, Your Honor, it's in the report po.
All right. Now, my next question, what do you do pag meron po mga unsatisfactory na mga report na ganitong contractor? Ito po ba ipopost lang ninyo? Hindi nyo pa bibigyan ang DPWH, ang PICAB na report na at pagkatapos po, correct me if I'm wrong, pag may mga ganito po poor performance, di po ba bina-blacklist po ninyo ito? Tama po din ba itong report na natatanggap ko? They're blacklisted?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, may I clarify po that the CPES report is prepared by the CIAP.
Okay.
And then the CIAP is actually having a lot of CIAP implementing offices, which of course they have to accredit. One of which is meron po ang DPWH na tinatawag po nilang CPES unit po, implementing unit. So they do this, the report is coming from them, it's being consolidated and given to the PDCB, the Philippine Domestic Construction Board.
Dami-dami nyo palang mga dadaanan. Bakit nakalusot?
And then, binibigay po yun na copy sa amin sa GPPB TSO as part po, kaya po pinopost din po namin yon. Ngayon po, when it comes now to the rating, we do not do the blacklisting because this is the part po yan ng procuring entity. Now, if I may explain further po, what's the purpose of the CPES rating insofar as the procurement law is concerned? Under RA 9184 po, before this is only being looked into kapag ka-part po siya ng submission to support po yung single largest completed contract ng isang contractor. Meaning po, kapag magbibid po sila, yun po ay hinihingi as part po ng SLCC, yung sinusuportahan po niya. Pero, hindi po yun automatically na tinitingnan kasi kung halimbawa nag-submit din po yung ating bidder ng notice of complete yung acceptance, then our certificate of final acceptance, then that is only an alternate, an option po yung CPES. But under now sa ating procurement law, NGPA, 3 bagay na po na ginagamit na po yung CPES. Although even under RA 9184, it's already basis for blacklisting. But the blacklisting is at the end po yun ng procuring entity. So, that's a ground po for blacklisting under even RA 9184. Now, under RA 12009, it's now being considered as one of the ways to determine po yung eligibility, capacity po ng ating subcontractors. So, nire-require na po yun as part of the submission if there would be any subcontractors. Number 2 is the same pa rin po as supporting document din po siya ng single largest completed contract, pero hindi po siya yung automatically option po siya kasi kung nakapag-provide naman po yung ating yung bidder for that project ng kanyang certificate of final acceptance, then they are able to no longer look into the CPES. Pero third, which is also very strengthened under RA 12009, is the requirement na yung CPES po could be the basis for blacklisting. But as I would emphasize, it's not GPPB Technical Support Office nor even our GPPB who's doing the blacklisting, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
So kayo nga ang
Ang dami pala mga diskarte niyo, kaya pala nakakalusot ang mga ito, ang mga tiwali ng mga kontraktor. At saka siyempre, sa likod ng tiwaling kontraktor, may tiwali ng mga congressman.
blacklisting.
No, Mr. Chair.
Sino po ang nagba-blacklisting sa mga
it's-
kontraktor na ito na may poor unsatisfactory performance?
It would
Which
be the
agency?
procuring entity. It would be the agency, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
You mean
Oh, DPWH pala dapat blacklist eh. Bakit hindi bina-blacklist? Bad performance na nga eh.
to say the DPWH, is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Let me go to the Department of Public Works and Highways. Mr. Chairman, my question is, ano po nangyari dito? DPWH, Mr. Chair, bakit hindi po natutunugan na blacklisted po ito, poor and satisfactory performance, o meron pong itong mga slippage kung tawagin? Bakit nakalusot lalo na po itong sila Diskaya? Napakadaming proyekto dito, napakadaming poor and unsatisfactory performance, Mr. Chair.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman, sa napakaganda at importanteng tanong. Yan din po ang tanong natin nung tayo po ay pumasok sa DPWH nitong nakaraang 2 linggo. At to give you a straight answer, Mr. Chairman, tingin ko po, ito pong mga CPES na ito at iba pang mga safeguards at iba pang mga dapat gawin ng ahensya ay hindi po ginagawa nitong nakaraan. That is the simple answer. In fact, Mr. President, ang nakakagulat pa po dito, hindi lang po bad performance ang hindi na monitor at hindi na aksyonan.
Oh,
In fact,
bakit? Ano pa? Bakit? Mas worst pa, mas matindi pa, tapos hindi pinaparusahan.
marami po tayong nakita na isiniwagat na rin po ni Senator Lacson, ng ating chairman, sa kanyang privilege speech. Marami pa po dito mga proyekto na hindi lang bad for performance, no performance at all. In fact, marami pong mga ghost project na on record, may mga papeles po tayo, at ito nga po ang naging basehan natin sa mga kasong final natin itong nakaraang linggo,
Yo.
na
Ang binasihan mo, yung privilege speech ni Ping Lacson eh. Kaya naipasok nyo kagad eh. Thank you, Ping Lacson, for the well-researched cases. Sigurado ko sapat na yun para mag-convict.
kahit na ang term ng kontrata, for example, 250, 300 days. Lumalabas po sa mga papeles, miraculously, natapos po kuno itong mga proyektong to at nabayaran po itong ibang mga contractor dito within months.
Alright.
Sign po ito nitong mga ibang nandito ngayon as completed at nabayaran po itong mga kontratang ito. So clearly po, hindi po ginagamit itong CPES at kung ano-ano pang mga dapat ginagamit ng ahensya para i-monitor ng tama ang implementasyon ng mga proyekto. That is the
Salamat.
straight answer po that I can give the Honorable Committee.
Salamat pa rin, kahit papano pa. Salamat sa sagot mo, Vince Dizon.
Nakikita po natin ito hindi lamang sa mga kontrata sa Bulacan, kundi nakikita na rin po natin ito sa ibang kontrata sa iba pang lugar.
Actually, Mr. Chair, sa Bulacan, sa First District, araw lang po ang binibilang eh. At nababayaran po ang contractor. And anyway, in the course of in your investigation, Mr. Chair, what are the ghost projects added to the list and substandard?
Right now po, we have received more than 100 reports already in
Wow.
only 2 weeks of ghost or very substandard projects. And right now po, ang track po ng bagong team sa DPWH ay unang-una dahil nga po nabuo na ng ating Pangulo ang Independent Commission for Infrastructure. Kami po ngayon ay in very, very close
Hindi,
coordination
pupunta
sa
na
kanila. Bawat po project na nare-report, nagbubukas po kami ng case file dito. Ini-inspection po natin either personally or yung pong mga ibang kasama natin sa team. Ngayon po kasama na po ang members at team ng ICI, lalong-lalo na po ang special advisor ngayon ng ICI na si former, ang mayor po ng Baguio City, si Mayor Benji Magalong.
With that, i-conclude muna natin at babalik na lang po ako mamaya. At yan po ang ating, babalik tayo mamaya.